Want some ideas for something different, tasty, and healthy for dinner? Check out the Food Corner for videos and downloadable recipes at newstarextra.com/food.
One was, how can we get more younger folks involved in the chamber and in the community? It seemed as though some of us would attend these board meetings and it was the same folks sitting around each board meeting. And not to be critical of anybody, but some of us are getting up there, and we looked around and there wasn't any young adults on any of these boards, and we didn't hardly have any adults on the chamber board as well. So that was one of our goals in '08, is how can we focus and get younger folks in our community more involved and to take some ownership. And the other goal was, what can we do to help Shawnee Public Schools? Marilyn had spoke at our retreat, and there was obviously lots of issues in regard to the dependent and independent school systems that we have here. And that was one of our goals in '08, to try to get the schools to come together and communicate and see what we can do to make Shawnee Public Schools the best they can possibly be. It came out of that retreat that we're not sure, other than water, which this time last year water was a concern in our community, but we weren't sure that there was anything more important in our community, with the exception maybe of water, than education. So that was going to be our two primary focuses in '08, was what can we do to assist Shawnee Public Schools in education, and how do we get younger folks more involved in our community. We have tried to have several meetings, Brian, over the course of the year, just to get everybody in the same room, Shawnee Public Schools, as well as the folks from Grove, Pleasant Grove, North Rock Creek, and South Rock Creek. We've yet to accomplish that. We're been very disappointed that we couldn't get everybody in the same room to just communicate and talk about what's going good in their school system, what's not going good. Is there anything we can do as a chamber to help make things better? And it's been very disappointing that we haven't been able to accomplish that and get everybody in the same room. We've tried on 3 different occasions and just haven't been able to get it done. I'm not sure our community totally understands that if they have a son or a daughter that goes to Pleasant Grove or Grove, and they go through K through 8, and then their son or daughter goes on as a freshman to Shawnee High School, those tax dollars don't follow that student, and it puts Shawnee Public Schools, the high school, in a terrible situation. And I have talked to several people, and they, that live in those districts, and they're not aware of that. And so I think if there's something that can be done legislative-wise to make sure that some of those funds flow on when their students move on, it would certainly help Shawnee Public Schools and Maryland Bradford out a whole bunch. It just makes sense. So we were trying to get Grove. It made sense to try to get Grove and Pleasant Grove at the table to just communicate with us, because they're both inside the Shawnee city limits. North Rock Creek and South Rock Creek are out there a little bit. North Rock Creek has a lot of students that go to, after they graduate from the 8th grade, they have a lot of students that go to Meeker, some go to Dale. I think about 40% of North Rock Creek goes on to Shawnee. South Rock Creek, probably 35 to 40% come on into to Shawnee. The rest of them may go to Tecumseh or even Seminole and so forth. So it just made sense for us that if we could get take the initial step to get Grove and Pleasant Grove, which the majority of those students, once they graduate the 8th grade, the majority come on to Shawnee Public Schools and go to the high school. And so it just creates a huge burden on Shawnee Public Schools. We've had some success. We've had, over the course of the year, we lost a gentleman out at Exxon Mobil. He got transferred, and we replaced him with David Doherty. David's a bright young man, and he joined our board probably May or June. And he's done a really good job. So also this year, Joe Ford has joined our board. Again, these two gentlemen are I consider younger. I'm not sure exactly what their ages are, but they're probably in the late 20s to early 30 range. So we've made better progress, Brian, on that particular goal than we have on trying to help Shawnee Public Schools. So, and then I noticed on the new directors for 09, which Ron Henderson has put together. Ron follows me next year as chairman of the chamber, and he'll do a great job. But we have some folks on there that are younger, and so I'm proud that Ron came up and kind of again continued the theme that we had in 08, trying to get younger folks more involved in our community. So. I think it's a great way to get to understand our community better if you're someone that's just moving in. And you know, there are so many good boards to be on, whether it be civic-minded stuff like your Kiwanis or your Rotary Club or Lions Club. But you know, then you have the United Way agencies that all have independent boards, and it's a good way for some of these people to get involved in those, like the United Way, or maybe Big Brothers Big Sisters, and obviously the chamber is a great way to get to know people. It's a great way to have a forum to communicate yourself, to communicate your ideas, and that's what we're looking for, some fresh ideas. You know, again, some of us are getting up there in years, and what we may think is important to us, you know, may not be important to a 20 or 25-year-old. So we welcome their ideas and input, because obviously we're in an everyday changing world, from technology to anything in between. I mean, it's just, you know, things change daily. So we wanted to get some younger folks' input in the direction they wanted to see our community go forward with. Our city government, Brian, has to come together as one. Our community is right now, in my opinion, total disarray. And so I think it is very important that our community and leaders come together with a primary focus, and let's all quit fighting like a bunch of 8th graders, and let's all get on the same page, and let's make Shawnee the community that we all want it to be. Let's tear down the barriers and so forth, and let's work together with a common goal. You know, we're making great strides in our airport. We're doing some great things out there. I think that's a tremendous opportunity for our community. But you know, we have got to get things calmed down in City Hall and city government, and I think that is huge for us to move our community forward. You know, we're in the process of you know, looking for a city manager. We're getting ready to have a new mayor. We're getting ready to have some new city commissioners. You know, we're in the process of looking for a new Shawnee Economic Development Foundation director. You know, we're looking for a new police chief. So all these things need to come together, and then when we find these right people or these people are elected, we need to work together as one for our community, and we need to tear down the barriers, and let's focus on what Shawnee has going for it and how can we make it better, rather than everybody having their own little individual territories. I think Shawnee has tremendous opportunity. We've been told this by people coming in from outside our community, right here on I-40. What a great opportunity we have to try to bring industry and businesses to our community, which obviously just increases our sales tax base, and all those funds then can go in and help improve our streets and roads, and it just makes things better. So the more folks we bring into our community, the more jobs we can create. That's more people that are going to buy homes. That's good for the builders. It's good for the realtors. It's good for the bankers. You know, these people have to find a home loan. They have to open up an account somewhere. So creating jobs in our community is tremendously important. And if we do that, then everything else kind of falls into place.